皆さんこんにちは、私はです。Hey guys, it's the kawaii twin. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to do these super cute Sanrio themed desserts. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So I'm really excited to announce that this video is in collaboration with two of my very good friends. They're also YouTubers, Hiyobun and Mikan. They do a lot of videos related to Japan, so if you guys enjoy my videos, then I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy their videos. Hiyobun does lots of videos related to kawaii fashion, kawaii makeup, as well as she does quite a few vlogs and does a lot of videos related to gaming. While as in Mikan does a lot of videos related to Japan. She does a couple journaling videos which are really interesting, but she also mainly focuses on doing videos related to life in Japan, studying in Japan. She actually was fortunate enough to study and live in Japan for I believe about a year, and so she has a lot of footage from there and she's been posting a lot of videos related to that. So if you guys want to see what it's like to live and study in Japan, then definitely check out her videos. So we decided to partner up and make a video related to Sanrio treats, Sanrio foods. So we all kind of created our own dessert, our own little meal, our own little food inspired by Sanrio characters. Also make sure to subscribe to their channels. I'll be leaving all their socials in the description box below, and I'll also be leaving a link to their Sanrio treat video, so you guys can go ahead and check that out in the description box below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. So for this recipe, I decided to use a silicone mold. This is a mold for mousse cakes, so it has that nice round shape. If you guys don't have anything like this, then you guys can just use a bowl or maybe a small cup that has a round kind of figure. So for this recipe, I used a pint of vanilla ice cream. I purchased it at my local dollar store, so it was really inexpensive. This is the fun part. You guys can choose whatever ice cream you guys want, but I prefer to go with vanilla since it worked best for the aesthetic. So what I decided to do is practically put my ice cream into these molds and then freeze them. A pint of ice cream was enough to fill about 3 little mousse bomb molds, so that worked out well for me because I was able to create 3 different Sanrio characters. And you're practically just going to keep doing this, adding your ice cream into these molds. Now it worked out for me that it was sort of like melting because I was able to create this nice smooth surface. But you want to make sure that you do this first just because it does take a while for the ice cream to really harden. So that's going to be very important. Now to form the faces of these Sanrio characters you're going to be focusing on, you're going to need a bowl, 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, as well as probably about half a bag of marshmallows. So what you're going to want to start by doing is getting a bowl. I recommend you guys to get a larger bowl. This bowl was just more for aesthetic, but honestly I recommend you guys to just get a bigger bowl because when marshmallow gets heated up in the microwave, oh my god guys, it gets pretty fluffy and it can get all over the place if you don't have the right sort of bowl. So definitely go for a bigger bowl. Just mix some marshmallow with the powdered sugar until you get sort of like this sort of mold. Think of it like a Play-Doh sort of material, and it's quite sweet so you can eat it. You can definitely use chocolate, like white chocolate, molding chocolate, and kind of make your own little Sanrio character faces. But for me, it's always been quite easy to use fondant to create faces, so that's what I've been doing. For the Cinnamoroll character, I had this little Cinnamoroll notebook, so I kind of used it as a mold and created the ears. As for the base, I kind of used a kind of an oval like cookie cutter, and I kind of molded it to the way I wanted it to look like. And then I used a couple small little piping tips and used that for Cinnamoroll's eyes, cheeks, and stuff like that. Fondant is really nice to use because you can really mold your characters exactly how you want them to, and do the same thing for the other characters for Pom Pom Purin and My Melody. It really does feel like Play-Doh, so you can really play around with it. You can get very creative and create the characters that you want. Now for this recipe, you are going to want some eggs. You're going to want to separate your egg whites from your egg yolks. You're also going to need some sugar, some cake flour, and some olive oil. So the first step, you're going to want to start by mixing your egg whites with your sugar. You're going to only want to use 32 grams of sugar and mix that with your egg whites. In the description box below, I'll be putting all the exact measurements of the for the cake recipe, so don't worry about it if you guys don't understand it. I'll be leaving all of that in the description box below, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. So you're practically going to be mixing your egg whites and your 32 grams of sugar, and just keep mixing that over and over again until you get this sort of fluffy consistency, until it turns out into this meringue. Don't worry, you guys do not need any special equipment. Just keep mixing that the egg whites, and eventually it'll turn into meringue. The next step, you're going to want to get a separate bowl and mix your egg yolks with 20 grams of sugar, and just keep mixing that over and over and over again until you get a really nice, almost creamy pastel yellow color. And that's when you know you did it correctly. You're just going to want to get this really nice creamy yellow color. Now this mixture of egg yolks and sugar, you're going to want to add your cake flour. So you're going to want to add about 35 grams of cake flour into this recipe. And you should get this sort of nice yellow, kind of more of a yellow vibrant color. And you're just going to want to keep mixing that over and over again. It shouldn't take that long. It's a really simple step. Now the next step is to add your mixture of the egg whites with the sugar, and put that into your egg yolk with sugar and flour mixture, and that should be your final product. That would be the actual cake you're going to be creating. This recipe is actually a Japanese recipe. It's for a deko rolled cake, or just a rolled cake. It's honestly my sister's favorite recipe. She makes it all the time. I literally had to ask my twin sister if she could help me with this recipe because I'm so new to baking, especially this cake. This is her specialty cake. So don't worry if you guys are also confused. Like I said, I'll probably be leaving a link to that video so you guys can go ahead and check it out. She's a little bit more in depth with that. But this is just my simplified version of how to explain how to make this cake. Now this is a really important step. That way your little ice cream cake bombs have a little bit of dimension and really do feel like an ice cream cake. And what you guys are going to want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and bake your cake for 15 minutes. Once it is ready, once it is out of the pan, once it's already been kind of cooled down, you're going to want to get round cookie cutters and cut your piece of cake. You want to make sure that they fit the exact sort of mold of your ice cream, the little ice cream domes. If they don't fit exactly, you guys can just use a knife and just sort of cut that around until they kind of fits with the ice cream dome. So don't worry about that, I had to do that as well. What you're going to be using is some frosting. This is just some buttercream frosting that I got at my local dollar store. Like I said, you guys don't have to spend that much money to create kawaii desserts. I'm using a Ziploc bag. Like I said, you don't need some fancy equipment, just use a simple Ziploc bag. And I'm going to be using this to practically like glue the faces, or these Sanrio character faces, onto these ice cream cake domes. So you can see here, this is how the little guys look, and I'm just adding my buttercream frosting onto the actual character. Next, I'm adding Cinnamoroll's ears and kind of just sort of pressing them down onto the ice cream. Now, when you guys do make these Sanrio characters' faces, I definitely recommend you guys to make this quite early. You want to make sure that the actual face kind of hardens. if you leave fondant out for a while, just outside, not in the refrigerator, just outside, it will start to harden a little bit. So it's really good because you'll really have it'll be a little bit easier for you guys to kind of glue them onto these cakes. So you want to let it out, that way they're a little bit easier to work with. And with that, you are done with these kawaii dome cakes, these kawaii Sanrio dome cakes. I feel like this is a really simple recipe that you can do for a party if you want to do a Sanrio themed party, or if you just want to eat a really good treat. I wanted to make a recipe that was simple and that was affordable for you guys. And yeah, even me who is not very experienced with baking, I was able to do them, so I'm sure you guys can do them as well. Enjoyed this video. If you guys want me to do another sort of Sanrio themed dessert or some sort of kawaii treat, then let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said, I'm very new to this sort of thing. I don't normally bake. My twin sister is the one who bakes most of the time, so this is a little bit exciting for me to go ahead and try out. But I do want to make this treat. I've been seeing it all over Pinterest, and I'm really interested in the whole like kawaii made meals and foods, and they're so adorable. So I definitely would love to make this. So if you guys want me to do a video on me making this or attempting to make this dessert, then let me know in the comment section down below. I think it'd be a really fun video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Follow me at cutefoodaggo on Instagram. So make sure to follow me there if you guys want to get kawaii fashion inspiration. I'm really interested in the nansete and kawaii fashion. I also really like Lolita fashion. I love all things kawaii and kawaii fashion in general. And if you guys want to get some inspiration for kawaii fashion, how to create some cute looks, then definitely follow me there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!